Johnny Depp versus Amber Heard. Amber Heard, what is she? Part 9. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. Let us now continue our analysis of the considerable evidence that exists with regard to what Amber Heard is. We turn to the evidence that was provided by Johnny Depp's bodyguard. Johnny Depp's bodyguard testified about witnessing the turbulent relationship between the actor and his ex-wife Amber Heard. The bodyguard, Sean Bett, took the stand at Fairfax County Court in Virginia for the trial over Depp's lawsuit against Heard. Bett said that he did not see them physically attack each other, except for one incident where he witnessed Heard throw what he thought was a plastic cup or water bottle at Depp's direction. I ended up getting him, and we got out of there as quickly as possible. This may be a demonstration of ignited fury, with what was aimed as a physical assault as a direct assertion of control by throwing an object. The throwing of objects is common activity amongst certain less evolved narcissists. It can be seen amongst those in the higher echelon, but it's more commonly seen of those which are lower echelon. Bett also said he witnessed Heard mock Depp. I overheard her saying, "He's a fat ass, fuck you Johnny, and fuck you too, Sean." Use of insult, heated fury. Bett also said he recalled Depp telling him about part of his finger getting sliced off, blaming Heard for it. Bett had to be corrected several times, of course by the judge, for bringing up alleged instances where he'd been informed that Heard had been violent with Depp. The jury was also shown several photographs taken by Bett showing injuries to Depp's face after alleged altercations with Heard. Bett said he was emphatic that Depp document the injuries in case Heard made allegations against Depp. Depp said he never saw similar injuries on Heard's body and that Heard never complained to him about Depp being abusive with her. Bett still works for Depp, overseeing his personal security operations. He got into the private security business after being forced out of his career in the Los Angeles Sheriff's Office due to injuries sustained from car collisions, he explained. He met Heard in around 2011 when she and Depp began their relationship. Bett said he believed her family members and circle of friends took advantage of Depp, living in his penthouses, without paying rent and using his cars. Of course, that speaks to their behaviour, but the fact that Heard would allow her family members and friends to take advantage of Depp belies an absence of emotional empathy. It shows a sense of entitlement. It shows asset appropriation. In around 2014, Depp and Heard began getting into passionate fights with each other on a regular basis. Notice the use of the word passionate. This invariably misleads people by thinking that there is some actual emotion that's involved which is kind of benign, that you feel passionate about something, that you're passionate when you fight somebody. Where somebody's being fought in this manner, it's abuse, it's not passion. However, the usage of the word passion to describe it was a crime of passion, that it was a passionate fight, that they are a passionate couple that break up and fight and then make up, causes people to think that that is part and parcel of a normal relationship. It isn't. It's part and parcel of a relationship with my kind. Bett said that Heard also drank regularly, he said, and would become slightly intoxicated on occasion. Potential drinking issue is an abrogation of responsibility, demonstrating a lack of accountability. Bett stated, "Amber, this can't continue. You guys are either going to kill each other or wind up in jail." And with tears and everything she said, "But I love him and I'm not going to lose him." Pity play, exhibition of tears, assertion of control. When they argued, Bett usually drove Depp away from the penthouse he shared with Heard and to his home in West Hollywood. They'd reconcile again in hours or days, Bett said. This shows the dynamic that is often seen with at least one, possibly two narcissists in a relationship, whereby it's the push and pull, the up, the down, the devaluing behaviour and then the respite, the devaluing behaviour and then the respite. The threat to control, which results in an malign response, and then control is invariably obtained elsewhere. If Bett is usually removing Depp from the situation, that means that Heard is not able to continue to assert control over Depp directly. assuming she's a narcissist. And therefore, in such circumstances, she would have to assert control indirectly or by the third assertion of control, staying in withdrawal. Of course, as you know from my work, that is always achieved. And therefore, that's why she's able, when he returns, to reconcile with him. Control has been obtained, he becomes painted white again, and a respite period is granted. Indeed, Bett's evidence shows the nature of the respite period, where he talks about they would reconcile by talking. She'd have candles lit, a bottle of wine open, Bett said. Depending on the night, she'd text me and have me pick up food at different restaurants. Bett said that Depp and Heard separated in the spring of 2016 after they had an argument because Depp was late to Heard's 30th birthday party. Argumentativeness, reaction to threat to control occasioned by turning up late. About a month later, Depp went with Bett and another security guard back to the apartment the actor shared with Heard in downtown Los Angeles to grab some things. Bett says they gave the couple some privacy, but went back into the apartment the second they heard Amber yelling profanities. Heated fury, insult, assertion of control. Bett said when he got inside the apartment, Amber had a look of surprise on her face and then said to Depp, "This is the last time you do this to me." Issuing of threat, direct assertion of control. Bett said Depp looked at her and said, "What the hell are you talking about?" At the insistence of the other security guard, Depp soon left. Bett said he didn't witness any physical violence on either Depp or Heard's part on this occasion. The evidence of the Bodyguard demonstrates several instances of what does look like heated, ignited fury, the need to assert control, and the dynamic between narcissist and victim, whether that victim is empath, normal, or another narcissist, of the application of control through malign means, withdrawal, and then respite period. Further evidence that arose from Depp was that his daughter, model and actress Lily Rose Depp, skipped his wedding to Heard because she wasn't on favourable terms with Heard. It's quite common for the narcissist to, of course, fall out with extended members of the family and friends of their victim, the reason being that those individuals are perceived through the narcissistic lens as being a threat to control. The fact that they have a connection to the victim means that they may place a call on the time and energies and resources of that victim. That, of course, then means that the narcissist isn't able to monopolize the time and resources of the victim in the way that their narcissism demands. Thus, the other person, the third party, is viewed as a threat. Depp explained in testimony, "My daughter Lily Rose did not come to the wedding. She and Miss Heard were not on particularly great terms, for several reasons," Depp told the court. Lily Rose is Depp's daughter with his ex, French singer Vanessa Paradis. The two also share a 20-year-old son, Jack. Depp and Heard married in 2015 with only 20 to 25 people in attendance. The magazine has also reported that later during the testimony, Depp told the court that Heard and her gang of friends consumed drugs at their wedding reception from a communal bag of MDMA. Drug taking, criminality, absence of responsibility, lack of accountability. The schedule for their wedding day, he said, read dinner, dancing and drugs. Now, of course, we know that Depp is a habitual drug taker and a drinker, but this analysis is about Heard. His turn will come. The evidence here provided by Depp demonstrates the tension that exists between a family member and his wife. And we've also heard further evidence from the Bodyguard testifying as to the tempestuous nature of the relationship, demonstrating the type of dynamic that existed between these two. In Part 10, we're going to examine something of Amber Heard's other relationships, as this provides us with a very meaningful evidence as to what she is. Join me in Part 10.